Hi guys, this is Vanessa, the Urban Tarot Goddess, and today I am coming to speak to people about single mothers versus single fathers. And I'm speaking on this because I think a lot of people they always say single mother, and I always say wherever there is a single mother, there's a single father making more families. A lot of women, a lot of men, especially men, look for women who don't have children because they don't have children. But you have to remember, a lot of these single parents at once upon a time didn't have kids either. So, with that being said, you do know when you get a woman pregnant, she is now most likely she's gonna be a mother. If you don't stay together, she's gonna be a single mother. So I just want people to look at that because they put so much bad emphasis on single mothers and stuff. They never mention the dads. A lot of these women, they have men, and the men are just sitting out there creating more families and creating more single mothers. Okay, so especially I'm speaking on the black community because that's where I'm from, and I think people just need to think more about what they're saying when they speak on stuff like this. I myself is a single mother. However, a lot of women who are single mothers have done really well. Some of the best single moms are very wealthy. They don't have a man at all, or they just date. And they do pretty well for themselves. I'm part of this nursing chat group, and most of those women are single mothers. So when there's a single father, there's a single mother, there's most likely a single father. Now these single fathers, what about them? What are they doing? They either out there trying to find ways to make money for a whole bunch of families they created. This is true. I don't think people like to talk about it like that, but this is what I see. And me personally, single mother, I don't date men who pay child support most of the time because they're broke all the time. And it's true. They never have money. Especially if they have multiple children. So that's what single fathers are doing out there most of the time. Is finding ways to pay for their children. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know. It's just crazy to me. I remember watching this guy on TV on his court channel, and he had his wife paying his child support because all his money would be gone, and she would pay for everything else because he had to pay a lot of child support because he had multiple children, and he had enough nerves to cheat on his wife and create another baby with someone outside of their marriage. Men should be scared of child support. They whine about it. They whine about it all the time, but they never seem to not be scared of it. Like, if I was a man, I'd be scared to have sex with someone because if I create a child, I have to make sure I marry him, get to know him and stuff, and marry them. Then, that's if I was a man. If I was a man, know her real well and marry them, if we both like each other really a lot, that'll be a few years. So once a baby comes, if you're not even married, things change. And it changes because 9 times out of 10, remember those red flags that I've told you guys about in my other video? A lot of red, yellow flags people miss, and they still tend to stay in relationships that aren't good. And then they make a child. They stay long enough to make a child. Get out while you can. If you're not doing too well, get out while you can. You have so many women, and I'm talking about these single mothers too. Let's say you had you should have learned from the first one, to work on yourself. So many women are talking about they have 3 children. And I'm talking about women who have different children, not the ones who have the same. I'm gonna speak on that too. The ones who have the same kids by the same man. I'm talking about women who have different children with different men. You should have learned from the first one. Even the second one. Why create multiple children knowing that you struggle with the first one? I will never get it. I learned my lesson from the first one. And fix yourself up. Now, the ones who have the same children by the same man, and I don't like to use that excuse. Well, my children are by the same men, by the same man. And I'm like, okay, but now the reason of that is because you stayed in a relationship and you ignored all the signs and still created children. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. You saw problems in the relationship with the first one. And there's no reason for a man to ask for paternity for all 3 of his children. And those his kids. There's no reason. And I see this a lot on the paternity shows and stuff. Even in real life. They either get upset with a woman, ask for all paternity for all 3 of the children, trying to make her feel some type of way. Or the woman stayed in a relationship for too long and missed all the signs that she shouldn't have any more children with this same man. We gotta have some common sense, people. Man, I know people probably like, well, that's me, but and then my thing is that they try to get in school and they try to get these jobs that's it's still kind of, the only way I can see someone making it if you get a degree or you become an entrepreneur and you're really good at doing whatever you're doing. So you have multiple children and you never got a degree in anything, or don't have an entrepreneur bone in your body, or don't have an entrepreneurship type of job where you're making lots of money, you're gonna struggle. If you live off the government, which is a trap, you have to go by their rules. So when your children grow older, there's no wealth. There's no wealth at all coming towards them. So you see some people rely on their children becoming sports. Children in sports, hoping to be getting NBA or something to break that curse. But it's like, come on. I'm having kids. I hate to see women have multiple children and they struggle. Like, why you didn't learn from the first one? I hate that. So I had to speak on that. Even in my nursing check, the first thing they say is, how can I go to school with all these kids? Okay, you're 30-something years old, you have 3-4 children. Where is the fathers or father? And children suffer the most because do y'all forget that these kids gonna need houses when they get older? They're gonna probably want to go to school. They're gonna need cars. Who do you think gonna help buy this and things like that? Who do you think they're gonna rely on them going to school? And if they do have multiple dads, how are they getting the same amount of attention when each child is most likely different? A lot of people try to put their kids in a box because, oh Lord, look at that. Man all over the road. That's Louisiana driving right there. They put them in a box trying to keep everybody together. But your kids are different. They all have different personalities. And when they get older, they get upset because it's like they can never get away from their siblings. Because you, as a mother or a father, keep them in this box all the time. Other side. So yeah, I'm very upset when it comes to stuff like this. I see it all the time, and they suffer. Look at what most wealthy people, I mean wealth, I don't mean money necessarily. People who are living life where they're not struggling as much. 9 times 10 it's families with the same father, or someone who has learned their lesson and is doing better for themselves. Yeah. And a lot of these men who have children do pick up on women who don't have kids and give them a child. Now they're in that same pile up with the women with a single mother with kids or a kid. So I would like for people, I hate 30-year-old, 40-year-old, some 50-year-old, the first thing comes to mind, I want a woman with no children. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but 90% of women who are 30, 40 years old have children. They do. That's stupid. That's so not common sense at all. So women, if you have one child, don't create any more until you get your life straight. It's very hard in this day and time, and diapers and milk is not getting any cheaper at all. Same thing with men. Men, if you want to keep your paychecks, stop creating all these babies on the way of life and hollering about you want a woman with no kids. Alright? You gotta do better, people. Thank you, and this has been, I think, a good topic. Let me know what you think, if you feel anything or feel any different. You can comment below. I'll see you soon.